We were with Brian Kemp and his family as they showed up to vote.
He said this is an invalid card.
Okay, just go back in there and redo it.
And Kemp had some voting issues. His voter card said invalid.
You just went and cast your ballot there. During your tenure as Secretary of State here, you've made it harder for tens of thousands of people
Well, I would
in Georgia
disagree with that
to
question
cast their ballots
completely.
across the
Because
state.
you have no factual basis on making it harder for people to vote. It has never been easier for people to vote in the state of Georgia than it is right now.
One of the races that we've been watching really closely is the governor's race in the state of Georgia.
From Midtown to Marietta, we're seeing long lines at polling places across the area.
This morning we got here when the polls opened at 7. We were told that the machines weren't working. Finally at 11 they got machines that were working. So we've been in line for 5 hours.
How long have you waited in line here this morning?
About 3.5 hours.
Are you gonna go home, come back?
I'm hurting. I'll be back. I got to go take some medicine.
These lines are insane. We had a big fucking problem. People are leaving lines all over. I'm getting these reports.
My parents are U.S. citizens. They voted in the past, but today when they showed up to vote, they were told that they were purged from the voter rolls.
We'd received thousands of calls to our voter protection hotline, conversations about people being turned away from the polls.
This is where you would normally vote? Yeah. The name didn't come up, and yours didn't come up. Even when I searched this.
Those stories were coming to me at every moment.
Some were here for 3 hours, others here for much longer, after the express poll machine stopped working inside the Annistown Elementary polling place Tuesday morning.
We knew who we were up against. We'd been fighting this guy for years. And then to see what the result was of intentional underfunding of elections, intentional non-training of local elections officials.
He says he went to cast his ballot Tuesday morning. He handed the poll worker his ID, and then she...
Mr. Whitten, wait, stop. You've already voted. I said, no, I think I would have remembered that. She says, no, I see here that you voted, and it looks like several days ago.
Intentional purges, intentional precinct consolidation.
They combined 2 locations, gave us 3 machines. Last election, I had 12. I don't know why.
Intentional lack of training around absentee and provisional ballots. All the compendium coming together.
Students were showing up and their names were not on the actual roll. And so they were casting provisional ballots, so much so that they actually ran out of provisional ballots.
It was just out of control.
We knew people were trying to be heard, but I also knew they weren't being listened to. Election night, I knew something had gone horribly wrong.
Take a look at where the numbers stand right now. As you can see, the numbers are now tightening. The spread is only some 60,000.
Several counties have yet to process their provisional and emergency ballots, leaving an estimated 22,000 ballots outstanding.
By 1 a.m., what we knew was that the race was too close to call.
I'm here tonight to tell you votes remain to be counted. There are voices that were waiting to be heard. Across our state, folks are opening up the dreams of voters in absentee ballots, and we believe our chance for a stronger Georgia is just within reach. But we cannot seize it until all voices are heard. And I promise you tonight, we're going to make sure that every vote is counted. Every single vote.